say, well, how am I ever going to get out of this mess? Right? I want the abundance, but all I do is put my attention on lack. How am I going to get out of the lack and into the abundance? Well, there's a way. And this has to do with change your frequency, change your life. So I'll get to there in a moment. But the first thing I want to say is there are two things that are going to empower the change that you want. Okay, so it is true, like I said, that the habit is strong and therefore your attention is going to tend to go to what you're practiced at, the thing that you don't want. So, but don't lose heart, because what happens is a lot of people, they give up at that point. They say, oh, well, it's too hard. I'll never succeed. Right? They get this far and then they give up. This is, it's a miracle in and of itself that anybody gets this far. It's an absolute miracle. And so it's very helpful if you can acknowledge that. You can say, look, I've been living in such ignorance. And somehow, through a miracle, this knowledge has come to me. And not only has it come to me, but I've actually received it. It's clicked. It's making sense within me. And I'm willing to put it into practice. So miracle upon miracle upon miracle is occurring. So acknowledge that, because that acknowledgement will start a virtuous cycle. So the acknowledgement of the miracle is very, very powerful. So do that. Help yourself by acknowledging the miracle. Just like this right now is a miracle. The fact that you are here right now is a miracle. I mean, on all levels. Like the fact that life is occurring, that this dream, that the waking state is occurring, the fact that consciousness is manifesting as this is a miracle, because how could it possibly be happening? And yet it is. So that's a miracle. The fact that all of this is happening, I mean, it's infinity within infinity. Think about that. That all electrons everywhere are spinning absolutely perfectly, because if they weren't, this would not be happening. So that's a miracle. And that all of that is happening, allowing this experience right now, another miracle. Your heart is beating, that's a miracle. Okay. Your brain is working, that's a miracle. And somehow you ended up here. It's a miracle. Just tell the truth about it. I mean, how else could this have happened other than by miracle? Because you didn't plan this. I mean, sure, you might say, oh, I planned to show up at this meeting, but you didn't plan to know about this meeting. At some point, you learned about it. That occurrence of you learning about it is a miracle. And then not only did you learn about it, but something within you said, yes, that's another miracle. So when you start to see that these are all miracles, and not only all that, but you've stuck around. I mean, because let's face it, this is all kind of weird. You know, weird looking guy, weird looking location, weird stuff coming through. It's all pretty weird. And yet somehow you're here and it's making sense. So in some way, it's making enough sense on some level that you're still here. So that's another miracle. So acknowledge the miracles is going to help a lot, because it helps you to realize that, again, it's all inner guidance. It's all the inner teacher. It's just the inner teacher uses all means necessary. The inner teacher, because remember, this is all consciousness and you are that consciousness. So everything is possible. I mean, when you dream at night, you can dream anything. Well, this is no different than that. So consciousness, which is the true teacher, is using all of this in whatever way is necessary in order to make itself known, because that's its desire, is to know itself. So it has to make itself known to itself, which is you.